Hello everyone and welcome to my Year 7 reflection video. I thought I'd give you a TLDR version of everything that's going to be in this video because it might get pretty long. Number 1, Year 7 was very difficult but also awesome at the same time. Number 2, Singing in the Rain, my new collaborative video game and anime album featuring my great friend and collaborator Adriana Figueroa, is coming out before the end of 2019. Number 3, I'm starting the Year of Sinnoh. From now until September 7th, 2020, I'm going to be dedicating the entire 8th year of my YouTube career to making covers of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, which is my favorite video game soundtrack of all time. There will almost certainly be an album as a result. Number 4, I'm updating my Patreon page a bit. The existing $4 tier has been shifted up to a $5 tier, and this tier grants you access to a folder with a bunch of different behind-the-scenes material for Year of Sinnoh. Additionally, 100% of funds raised through Patreon will be directly invested back into the Year of Sinnoh. I'll have a public Google Sheet that has all the financial information regarding this available in the video description of every Year of Sinnoh video. Number 5, if you'd like to make a one-time donation instead of Patreon's recurring system, you can use my new Ko-fi page. Ko-fi donations are one-time only, and those donations will also be accounted for in the Google Sheet, just like they are with Patreon. And lastly, number 6, I have several excited video game music-related gigs coming up. Number 1 is the York Music Camp in Ontario, Canada. I have a gig there on September 21st, and I believe that's a Saturday. Number 2 is my very own show called A Tribute to Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. That is happening Wednesday, October 2nd at 7 p.m. in the Burke Recital Hall at the Berklee College of Music, which is in Boston, Massachusetts. Lastly, I am a guest performer with the 8-Bit Big Band. The 8-Bit Big Band is doing a show at the Berklee Performance Center at 7:30 p.m. on Sunday, October 6th. Links to all the stuff I just mentioned is in the description down there. So that was the TLDR version. I hope that was succinct enough for you. Now we're going to go into the depths and review everything on a more personal and detailed level. So starting off this Year 7 reflection video, I do want to make it clear that not everything in this video is going to be 100% positive and uplifting. Starting with my history of what happened in Year 7. Year 7 was a very difficult year for me, perhaps the most, in fact, definitely the most emotionally challenging year of my life. I went through a really significant personal, without going into too much detail, I went through a really significant personal hardship that really caused me to reevaluate my life and a lot of things that I value. And I'm still really recovering from what I went through. But I think I am a better person as a result of this. I sought out counseling for the first time, and I got better with mindfulness practices and just trying to become a better functioning human being overall. And I don't really feel like this impacted the quality of the music that much on the channel, which is good. Because I tried really hard for that not to be the case. But there were undoubtedly some times in between uploads where it was really, really hard to keep going. And I want to thank you for being a consistent and patient audience throughout all of this. As somebody who creates stuff on the internet, YouTuber, content creator, whatever you want to call us, there's a pressure placed on us to create positive content. Things that are positive, enthusiastic, energizing, because that's what drives the views and that's what drives the clicks. And also because we want to bestow those positive feelings onto our listeners as well. But it is important to remember that everybody you watch on the internet is at this point, is a real human being. They certainly have moments where they don't feel the best. And it's important to realize that everybody goes through this. I'm not some perfect jazz boy who doesn't go through anything, any bad situations. I have my own fair share of struggles too. And I think it's through knowing this and embracing it that we can all, collectively work together to work through these hard things and focus on the good things in life. On a more positive note with Year 7, the biggest thing that happened for me was the jazz video game medley. And that singular experience really just changed the entire scope of what I thought was possible with the channel. Because for the past 6 or 7 years, I've mostly been making the music all by myself. And that's how I've done music for most of my YouTube career. I've certainly played with bands before in high school and big band and other things in college, but working with an ensemble that large and organizing all those people, that was such a tremendously life-changing experience for me, and I had no idea that it would be like that at the time of embarking upon it. It made me realize the true value of working with other really good musicians. I've told some people this, but to me, the hardest part of the Jazz Video Game Medley wasn't even the music. Wasn't the music, wasn't the actual recording session, wasn't all the logistical things. It was reaching out to every individual person with a message and asking them to be part of the project. With how personal I am, with how I arrange music, it really feels like you're in a very vulnerable place, right? If this person says no, you know that they're not really insulting you as a person, but because because my music is so personal to me in the way I think of it, it can feel like that sometimes, and I was really afraid of that. So that's something I know I need to work on to overcome. And the only way to overcome it is by doing it more, which means I guess I have to do more projects with live musicians. Oh no. Another great thing was that I attended a lot of cons and events this year. MagFest, PAX East, the Runaway Guys Coliseum, MomoCon, Zeldathon, two Zeldathons, and PAX West. There were so many events that I got to go to, and I'm very fortunate that I get to connect with people in such interesting ways throughout, all because of video games and because of this channel. So thank you guys for making that possible. So let's now go over what's going to happen in year 8. For those of you who are just new to this whole year naming system, my channel anniversary is on September 8th of every year. September 8th, 2012 is when I first started making YouTube videos. So September 8th, 2019, the day of this video's upload, is my 8th year of making YouTube videos. And that is so crazy to me. And I never would have guessed I'd still be doing this 8 years ago. And it's become such a significant part of my life. So thank you for that. So just recently, I announced my new collaborative album with my wonderful friend and collaborator, Adriana Figueroa. The album is called Singing in the Rain, and it's a collection of jazz arrangements of video game songs and anime songs, and maybe even some of Adriana's original songs. All the arrangements are done by me, the vocals are done by her, and we wanted to work to create something that was, you know, like the biggest product of our collaboration that we could imagine. I had the realization that Adriana didn't have any, you know, big commercial albums released, and I thought, you know, it would be really cool for her first project if it was something that we could work on together, if it was something where I took the skills I really liked with arranging and recording live musicians and matching that with Adriana's wonderful ability to sing and craft lyrics to songs in a very emotional way. I think you're really going to love the final product. We're currently in the mixing stages of it, and it should be available before the end of 2019. Now for the big event, the Year of Sinnoh. For those of you who don't know, Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, I'll refer to them as Gen 4 from here on, are my favorite Pokemon games of all time. Gen 4 has such a special place in my heart for a lot of reasons, some of which probably have to do with how old I was when I played it, and it just had a tremendous impact on my life. I can really say that the soundtrack for Pokemon Gen 4 is the reason I like jazz so much today, and I've been thinking time and time again that, man, this game has so many good songs, I really want to make an album to pay tribute to it. But because my vision for this album is so big and the scope is so grandiose, and I know exactly how much I love this game and how much I want to give to a proper tribute of it, I know that something drastic is going to have to happen for me to be able to create this product in the way I want to. So because of that, we're launching the Year of Sinnoh. What that means is from now until September 7th, 2020, Insane in the Rain Music is going to be entirely dedicated to making covers of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl music, which is going to be fantastic. I am so excited to do this. My end goal with the project is to present the soundtrack of the Sinnoh region in the most, in its fullest possible rendition. So what that means is, you know, doing a lot of tracks from the game. I'm talking about an album in the realm of 30 tracks. I'm not kidding around with this. We're doing a really big tribute. Live musicians, recording in good studios, hiring video teams to make excellent videos, having good lighting, things like that. All because I really, really, really care about this game, and I want to share that with as many fans of Pokemon Generation 4 as possible. Another reason I'm doing this now is because this is my last year at the Berklee College of Music. It's hard to believe that. I'm about to start my 7th semester at the Berklee College of Music, which is so nutty to me. It really feels like I just got there yesterday. So I want to use these last 2 semesters I have there to work with as many great people at the school as possible and work with them to create a very polished final product that's as good as I can possibly make it. Because one thing I learned from the Jazz Video Game Medley is that nothing beats, not even the best MIDI library can come even close to a really good performer. The best library doesn't quite replace the you know, just the interactions you get between musicians in a room, or a musician who has spent hours and hours practicing one note, that is something that I really believe in the power of live instruments. So we're going to do that as much as possible for the final release of the album. So the uploads from here on will be pretty much exclusively Pokemon Diamond and Pearl music. If you're not a fan of that, go ahead and unsubscribe. That's totally fine. I would encourage you, if you're not familiar with the soundtrack, to listen to some of the uploads, because if you like the sounds that I make, you like my general style of music, a lot of it is very influenced by this game. So I'm sure there'll be something for you to find enjoyment in listening to it. So now that we have the grandiose vision of the album established, the next question is, well, how do we make that happen? And a big part of that is finances. And because of that, we're talking about Patreon today. So if you don't know, Patreon is a website where patrons can choose to pledge support to a creator. On most Patreon pages, it's a recurring system. So like with every video I publish, you chip in $5 or something like that. And on my Patreon page, I'm fortunate enough to have over 300 patrons who have decided to contribute some of their cash towards funding this channel. With the Year of Sinnoh, I've decided to take 100% of all Patreon raised funds and use them directly to support the Year of Sinnoh. This includes things like paying for musicians, paying for recording sessions, paying for videographers, paying for lights, paying for mastering services, things like that. Because of the quality I want to present this product at, it does necessitate some financial investment, which is why Patreon is going to be set up the way it is. For anyone who might be interested in contributing to the Year of Sinnoh financially but doesn't want to do any sort of recurring payment, you can contribute to my Ko-fi page. Ko-fi is very similar to Patreon, but it's more geared towards one-time donations. So you can head to the Ko-fi page in the description and choose to contribute however much you'd like to this project. For the sake of maximum transparency and efficiency, all the funds raised through Patreon and Ko-fi are going to be kept track of in a public Google Sheets document. So in the description of every Year of Sinnoh related video, you'll be able to see exactly where the money that I've received from Patreon and Ko-fi is going, and how that is funding upcoming recording sessions and other expenses that may have arisen. So if you are at all interested in helping me create this gargantuan product, then I would encourage you to head over to Patreon or Ko-fi and support me there. I'd really appreciate it. If you can't give financially, that's absolutely no problem. Just keep watching the videos and leaving comments and being supportive as you have been. I've very much appreciated that. Lastly, I just want to mention some pretty cool upcoming gigs. The first one is at the York Music Camp in Ontario, Canada on Saturday, September 21st. One of my good friends from Berklee got this gig for me, and I'm flying to Canada to play music there for the first time, so this will be very interesting, and I think I might be giving a clinic there too, or something like that. The next event is something that I am super, super excited about, which is my own live performance at Berklee. This is called A Tribute to Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, and it's happening at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, October 2nd at the Burke Recital Hall at the Berklee College of Music. I'm putting together about a 12-piece fusion band in the style of Snarky Puppy, and we're going to be playing a concert of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl music that I've been arranging lately, and the arrangements are shaping up to be absolutely incredible. Following this live performance, I'm taking this group into the studio in the following weeks to record all these arrangements, and they'll all be released on the channel subsequently. So this show will be an awesome opportunity if you're in the Boston area to see what happens when a jazzy boy likes Pokemon Diamond and Pearl and puts a lot of effort into making a really good concert for it. So if you're in the area, I'd love to see you there. It's free to attend, so just show up and hear some great music. And the last gig I want to mention is with the 8-Bit Big Band at the Berklee Performance Center. This is Sunday, October 6th at 7:30 p.m. I'm a featured guest with the 8-Bit Big Band, which is so crazy and so cool. I'm on the same bill as Grace Kelly, like that Grace Kelly, the saxophone player, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me. So Charlie and the 8-Bit Big Band are coming up to Berklee, and they're going to do a live show of video game music at the Berklee Performance Center, which is going to be awesome, and I'm going to be playing some good music with them as well. So if you like video game music at all, this is the show you want to be at, so I'd love to see you there as well. The last thing I want to mention is the Year 7 album. At the end of every YouTube year, I release a compilation album of all those licensable songs that I've covered throughout the year, and the Year 7 album should be out now, hopefully. If it's not out now, it's probably still being licensed, and it'll be out within the coming days or the coming weeks. But it might be live right now. I don't know at the time of filming this video. So it'll be there soon, for sure. That's really all I've got to say about Year 7. Like I said, it was a tough personal year, but I think there's some saying that, like, if you fire an arrow, you have to draw the tension back on the bow or something like that. Meaning that when we go through negative experiences, I think those are great catalysts to positive change, which I'm really looking forward to. So here's hoping that that's a sign that the year of Sinnoh is going to be an event to remember. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys all so much for the support that you've given over the years, whether it was as simple as clicking a video thumbnail and watching a video, coming to say hi at a con. All those things mean so much to me. And here's to keep it on keeping it on. I'm not stopping making these videos anytime soon, and I'm excited to see what the future brings. Thank you all very much.